What's up, everybody? Once again, my name is Matt, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. In the last episode, we completed up the Earth Temple and got ourselves the Amber Stone Tablet. So in this episode, we need to take this tablet back up to the statue of the goddess in Skyloft. But before we do that, there is one last thing I would like to do here in the Elden Providence, and that is picking up one more goddess cube. Now, here's the thing. I got a ton of comments telling me that, oh, I missed this goddess cube. And perhaps that is my fault for not showing this off earlier, but I was just actually planning on getting this goddess cube after I completed the temple because it makes more sense to do it that way, to me at least, so that's what I planned on doing. Plus it works right into my routing for this game, so that's even better for me. But yeah, basically both the cube and one of the keys that you need to unlock the temple are on this sandy hill. So if you want to get both of them earlier on, you need to go like up and down this hill like 2 times, whereas now I'm just gonna like go down the hill, click the cube along the way, and then use the save statue that's at like the base of this hill to travel back up to the sky. So it's a little bit faster if you do it this way rather than like getting them both earlier on. So yeah, I figured I would just explain myself because I did see a number of comments about that, but don't worry guys, I always route my videos ahead of time, so you're in good hands, or at least I try to make sure you guys are in good hands. Alright, there we go. Finally got the last butterfly. Now we just gotta get this cube. So what you want to do is, make sure you're actually facing downhill, then take a leap of faith and you'll land directly in front of this goddess cube. So let's just hit this baby with a Skyward Strike and send it back up into the clouds. Now, I actually do plan on getting a majority of these goddess cubes, or goddess chests rather, that we keep finding in this video once we go back up to the sky. I think maybe there's one of them that we can't actually get right now, but we can worry about that one a little bit later on. The others will grant us some pretty nifty items and some extra rupees, which we do need to buy more stuff that will help us out in like the next area of the game. It's actually pretty crazy because we're already like going to the last of the 3 major areas in the game, and it feels like things are going by really quickly, but trust me guys, there's still a lot more to go. It just seems like it's going by fast, but Skyward Sword has a lot more to offer, so don't you worry about that. Like, we are making good progress, but yeah, there's just generally a lot of stuff to do in this game. So let's start by going back up to the sky. Now, here's the thing, like this time around, I really don't have any like side quests that I want to take care of, so really we're just going to be like collecting all the goddess chests and then doing general preparation work. That way we can immediately go to the next area of the game, so that's pretty nice. But to start off, let's go and grab some of these goddess chests. So the first one that I want to get is all the way out here in like the middle of nowhere. I'll just place my beacon on top of it, that way you guys know where we're going. But yeah, I want to get this one first because it contains an item that I don't actually want. And I know that sounds really weird to say, and you're probably thinking, you know, if you don't even want the item, why are you bothering picking it up? Well, this is a 100% playthrough, so of course, even though I don't particularly want something, I still want to pick it up just to show it off because someone out there may want to use it. Now, 100% completion just means like getting all the hearts and like getting all the items and stuff like that. It doesn't necessarily mean picking up like every single random collectible, like for instance an amber relic, or getting every single chest that contains rupees, because there have been a few of those that I've already missed, and like I've gotten comments about it, and it's just like those things aren't necessarily required for 100% completion. So if there's something that I miss or I don't know about, or I just like don't want to go out of my way to get it, I probably won't, because sometimes there are chests that are like really far out of the way and not really worth your time. So just assume that like if I'm passing something up, it's a non-essential, because it probably is. Anyways, though, we're getting very, very close to our first goddess chest, so let's jump down and hopefully... Oh, that was very, very close. But yes, here is this goddess chest, so let's open up, and wow, that was a very poor camera angle. But inside this chest, we got ourselves a small seed satchel. So with this, we can carry 10 extra Deku seeds. So basically, our slingshot goes from like 30 shots to 40 shots now. Yeah, really not all that useful, and that does take up a full slot inside of our adventure pouch. So yeah, you can kind of see why I want to get rid of it, since it's really not all that important. Like, there's never any situation in this game where you're like, oh, you know, if I only had 10 more Deku seeds, I would be set, man. that doesn't really happen. And like 9 times out of 10, when you need to use your slingshot, the game will provide a way to find Deku Seeds pretty close by just so you don't run out of ammo. So yeah, this item doesn't really have much of a use in my opinion. So before we collect anything else, we're actually going to take a pit stop at Skyloft, and just put like this pouch inside the item check, as well as stop by Beetle's Air Shop and pick something else up, because there is something I do want to get before we start like collecting more rupees, and that is an extra wallet. So let's grab our slingshot and wait for Beetle's airship to fly over us. This is one thing I really dislike about Beetle's airship, is it takes so long for it to fly over you, and then it takes a little bit longer to get inside the air shop itself. Like, I wish it was kind of instantaneous. That's what I do miss about, like, you know, Beetle's shop ship from Wind Waker. Like, you could just sail up to it, walk in, and that was literally it. Whereas this, you have to, like, wait for it to fly close to you, then ride this really long rope, and then you can go inside. It's kind of like longer than it needs to be. Anyways, though, as you will notice, Beetle has restocked his entire supply, and I actually just want to buy this wallet right now because I believe this will allow us to hold an extra 300 rupees, which is pretty awesome, and I think that will bring our total to 1,100 rupees that we can store. So yeah, very useful. Only 100 rupees, so definitely worth the cost to grab that. So there we go. Yeah, that should give us 600 plus, and our current wallet can actually hold up to 500, so a total of 1,100 rupees we can hold. And the reason why that's important is because 2 of the goddess chests that we will be collecting do contain large amounts of rupees, and I just wanted to make sure like we had enough room to hold all those rupees. Anyways, though, before we go and collect those, let's head right into the bazaar. That way we can check that seed pouch that we just got, and also might as well see if we can upgrade our shield. I don't think we can, but we might as well check. Anyways, hello item check lady, you're looking positively enthused to be working today, although I suppose I really can't blame you. Anyways, alright, so here's our pouch. Let's just go and take this right into storage because nobody wants that thing. That will free up 2 slots in our inventory, which I probably will fill by the end of this video. Anyways, though, let's head over here and very quickly check and see if we can upgrade our shield, because that would be cool if we can, but I'm pretty sure we're still missing like one set of very common materials we just like haven't found yet. But it doesn't hurt to check. And of course, yeah, monster claws. We're still missing monster claws. Like, I swear, those are super common. We just like haven't found them for whatever reason. I really don't know why, and it's kind of annoying. So yeah, sadly, we cannot upgrade our shield just yet, even though I did want to, but yeah, we just do not have monster claws. Oh well, what are you gonna do? So now that that is done, I guess we should probably go and like collect the remaining goddess chests, and then go and place the amber stone relic into the statue of the goddess. We'll do that like last though, because obviously we will be coming back here to Skyloft and buying some more stuff after we pick up these goddess chests. So let's get going, man. There's a ton to explore, and I'm excited to see it all. Now, in case you guys are wondering, the general consensus on whether or not I should cut the flying or leave it in was to leave it in. So I guess you guys really like to see me fly around. Not really that big of a deal though, because like I said, the flying doesn't take too long, and you really don't do it all that often. So maybe like later on down the line, if we ever take on a very long side quest that does involve flying, I will cut that. But for the most part, I'll probably just like leave it all in. Anyways, this first goddess chest is pretty far out there again. Now, you will notice along the way, there are some enemies on top of these like weird floating rocks, and these guys are jerks because they will literally throw rocks at you, trying to like knock into your loft wing and slow you down. But they're pretty easy to avoid as long as like you're moving quickly enough or you swerve to the left or the right. So really, don't worry about them all that much. But you can just barely see the island that we're going to. Like, it's that little tiny thing to the left of the beacon. Like, sadly, the beacon, when you place it, it's not really all that accurate. It does give you like a good idea of where you're going, but it's not exactly the most accurate thing in the world. Anyways, though, I'm gonna try and slow down just a little bit because you actually want to land on the upper section of this island. So let's jump down and hopefully we'll make it. There we go, perfect. Now you might be wondering, where's the goddess chest? Well, for this one, as you can see, there's some vines growing on like the side of this island. So what you want to do is drop down and follow these vines all the way around, and hopefully we do not, like, you know, get stuck or run out of stamina, because that would be like the worst thing that could possibly happen. But there we go, we made it, and here is our goddess chest. So let's open it up and get ourselves something pretty awesome. It is a treasure medal. So what this thing will do is increase like the drop rate for various different treasures, and that's actually pretty useful. Now it does like eat up an inventory slot, which is, you know, why I wanted to get rid of the seed satchel that we got earlier on, since now we only have one more open slot inside of our adventure pouch, and that will be taken up by something I plan on buying after we pick up the remaining 2 goddess, just because we really don't have enough money for it right now. But after we pick up these 2 chests, we should have more than enough. And you know what, now I'm not going to go through that boost portal, because I really don't think it's going to put me closer to where I want to go. That's kind of angled towards Skyloft, so not really a good thing to go through. But the island that we do want to land on is right over here. And again, you want to make sure you land on like the upper section, although this time around it's actually much larger, so you should have like no problem landing up here. Anyways, here's our goddess chest, so let's open this bad boy up, and guess what inside is a silver rupee, and of course that is worth 100 rupees. Not bad. Now that we got that though, there's only one more goddess chest that we need to collect, so let's jump off here, call our Loftwing, and go and find it. Now it's actually right in front of us. You can already see the silhouette of the island, so let me just move my beacon, that way you guys can see it a little bit better. But yeah, that area with like the giant tower, that's where we're actually going, and believe it or not, this island does have a minigame on it, so might as well check it out while we're here. It's not really like an important minigame whatsoever, it's just like there to sort of waste your time, and if you want to, you can sort of grind it for rupees, although it's not exactly a quick grind. Like, it'd definitely be a slow one. Let's just hop off here though, and before we go inside and check out the minigame, make sure you head around back, because, yep, here's our goddess chest, and this one is the big one. So inside we got ourselves a gold rupee. Bam, there we go, 300. That should put us well over 900 rupees. Not bad. Alright, yeah, let's hop inside real quick. We'll go check out this minigame, and then we'll go back to Skyloft. I actually really like this area a lot. It's so peaceful. Anyways, let's go and talk to the owner real quick, shall we? Whoa, is that you, Link? Never thought I'd run into you here. What is this place? This here's my secret spot where I come to work the kinks out of my sword arm. There was a time I was the most popular guy in all of Skyloft. Folks were always cheering me on like it was a parade, but as you know, time passes. And I'm not the young buck I used to be. I eat when I get stressed, and I'm always worried about my darling daughter all the time. I mean, look at this belly. So that's what drives a feller here to chop some bamboo. Let me tell you, there's no better way to sweat off those pounds. Here's an idea, Link. Why don't you try slicing some bamboo? Sure, sounds fun. Yeah. That's the spirit. Chop away, boy. Hold up a second. Get your horses holded. There's gotta be a way to spice things up a notch or 3. Yep, that's the ticket right there. You're going to take a swing at whittling down that big old bamboo right there in the middle of this room. Thing is, see, it's a contest to see how many cuts you can make before it hits the ground. If you're good enough, you'll stroll out of here with a prize. It'll cost you 10 rupees to see what you're made of. You want to give it a try? Alright, let's do it. Alright then, get to slicing. Okay, you got it, bro. So here's the thing, as long as you get over 15 points, you'll win a prize. Like, the higher the point value you get, obviously, the better the prize, but nothing you get from this minigame is actually required for 100% completion, so there we go, we actually did manage to get 15, not bad. Hold up, son, you're all done. Let's count those cuts. Your score this time is 15. Well, you got miles to go, but I'll give you something for the effort. Here's 30 rupees. Next time around, shoot for 20 cuts. Well, look at that. Now that I take a gander at the thing, it's clear you got yourself a stubby little sword. You did mighty well considering that. See, the longer the sword you got, the easier it is to zip through that bamboo like a loaf of warm butter. If you get yourself a longer blade in the future, come back and try again. You'll be surprised what a little extra steel can do for your chopping score. Come on back whenever you feel like. You might want to chisel up that sword arm. Alright, will do, man, will do. Although, if I'm being honest, I probably won't ever come back here because that minigame is kind of pointless, not gonna lie. Like, there are better ways to grind for materials rather than, like, playing that game. I mean, I guess you could, like, play it for a profit because as long as you get, like, below 20 points, I believe, you will always get, like, a 20 rupee profit, which is pretty good. But then again, like, that does kind of take a long time, so I feel like there are still better ways to get rupees in this game, and I probably will show those off at some point in the future because at some point I probably will want to grind for some materials or grind for some amount of rupees, so I may end up like doing that in a video somewhere down the line. Anyways, now that we're done with that minigame and like we've opened up all the goddess chests except for one, like I think there's one in Skyloft that we haven't actually opened up yet, but I don't believe we can, so we'll hold off on that one until a little bit later. And instead, now that we have all this extra money, we can actually buy something else from Beetle's Airshop. Beetle must be like super happy with us because I swear we're like the only customer that actually buys his expensive junk from his airshop. Oh yeah, by the way, a couple of you guys have actually asked me to show off the special cutscene that does take place in Beetle's Airshop. I know exactly what you guys are talking about, don't you worry, I will show it off in the future, but obviously because right now we're like buying so much stuff from him, I can't actually show that off. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, just go into Beetle's Airshop and don't buy something and then leave. There's a little cutscene that takes place, Beetle gets a little bit upset, and it's pretty funny. Anyways, for us though, we're actually going to go and buy this life medal. Now, I'm pretty sure this thing is like 800 rupees, so kind of a lot, but it does give you like a full extra heart, so it acts like a heart container. The downside is that it does take up a slot inside your adventure pouch, so this, along with the other medal that we got from that goddess chest, has completely maxed out our adventure pouch. And I would buy like the pouch that Beetle is selling, but I'm pretty sure that's 300 rupees, and sadly I do not have enough for that. So for now, we're just going to be running around with like, you know, max inventory, unless I go and like deposit a bottle or something like that, which I could do, but I really don't feel like that's necessary. We should be fine like rolling around with max inventory just for a little bit. Anyways, so yeah, check it out. We got a full row of hearts, guys. That's pretty awesome. Like, seems really early on in this game to, like, get a full row of hearts. But it is because, like, obviously they start you off with, like, 6 hearts instead of 3. So, even though we do have, like, a full row of hearts, they gave us 3, like, just for starting the game. So, yeah, whatever. Anyways, only thing left for us to do is to place the Amber Stone Tablet in the statue of the goddess. So let's do that right away. Open up like the next pillar of light. That way we can go to the next major providence. And since we did basically finish up all our preparation work, we can probably head there in like the next episode or something. Pretty crazy. Anyways, let's go ahead and examine this thing. I've confirmed the location of a third opening in the cloud barrier in the sky to the southwest. It will allow you to reach a new area on the surface. I suggest going there as soon as you are suitably prepared. Alright, will do, Fi. Yeah, the last, like, tablet piece is obviously the largest because, well, the area that we're going to is rather large. Although it is large, it's also kind of disappointing. Like, it's cool, there's a lot of stuff there, but like at the same time there's not a lot of stuff there. Like, you'll see what I mean once we actually do arrive. But Yeah, it's not as great as you might think it is. Anyway, so I think that is going to do it for this video. If you guys enjoyed this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. If you want to see more, consider subscribing. But once again, guys, my name is Matt. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.